Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, RD4254-7-7. Hey, Romeo, you were talking about Valentine's Day. Yesterday, my boyfriend just came at me and said he wanted to go out on Friday because because it's less expensive and less crowded. I don't really know what to think about that. Well, I know you're not going to like this, but the reason your boyfriend wants to go out with you on Friday, the day before Valentine's Day, is because you're the side piece. You're not his main chick. I mean, what was the excuse he gave for going out on Friday? It's too expensive, not crowded. I mean, it's too crowded. I mean, yeah, unfortunately, everybody knows the day before Valentine's Day is for the side chicks, because all these guys spend Valentine's Day with their main chick. So I don't know. Maybe he really is just cheap. How long has he been your boyfriend? I mean, just so you know, February 13th, Friday the 13th, is side chick day. All right? All right, 842-547-7. I hate to be the one to tell you that. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, good morning. What's going on?
Hey, Romeo.
Yeah, what up?
Hey, you guys are talking about Valentines and that the side piece on the February 13th.
Oh, my God. Don't tell me
You
you're
know what? It could be true, but, I say the same thing to my boyfriend. I say, let's celebrate it early because there's too much, it's too packed. You can't get in nowhere. And, and I say the same thing, but I don't have no side piece.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure. I don't like all that crowd.
Well, okay.
But we still celebrate it the next day, like at home or whatever, but nah, it's too packed out there.
Okay. I'm just saying, this poor girl, this poor girl's boyfriend, if he came at her with, he either doesn't love her enough, he came at her, we're going out Friday night, and he don't love her enough, he's cheap, or he's got a main chick.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, let's go out Friday night, but you're still spending it with me the next day.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I mean, I don't know how many of you actually know that. I mean, a lot of you women out there, I'm just going to help you out real quick. If you think, if your man wants to take you out the day before Valentine's Day, it's a boyfriend, or, guy, even if it's your husband, it's even worse. Then that means, if it's your husband that wants, or if you got a man who is wants to take you out on Friday, then that means you're the side chick. Okay, the husband will always spend Valentine's Day with the wife, and the Friday before, or the day before the 13th, is side chick day. Okay, I'm just letting you guys know. RD4254-7-7. So you might want to pay attention to why he said you guys can't go out on Valentine's Day. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right. So some of you guys are talking about going out on the 13th instead of the 14th for Valentine's Day, right? There is only two reasons why your man wants to take you out the day before Valentine's Day, okay? Either he doesn't love you enough, or you're his side chick. You're not his main chick, okay? So I just got to let you know. RD4254-7-7. Heck yeah, Rome. I got my reservation at Hungry Hunter for Valentine's Day and my anniversary. Well, okay. Well, that's good. You're going out with your main chick then on Valentine's Day. I always forget about Hungry Hunter. Yeah, so you might want to question. I'm just saying, a lot of guys out there got that side chick action, so you might want to make sure you're not a side chick. RD4254-7-7. Hey, Rome, you ain't lying. I'm taking my side chick out for lunch on Friday, and then my wife and I are going to go out to dinner on Saturday for Valentine's Day. But don't be telling everybody our secrets, Rome. You shouldn't be saying that on the radio. Well, don't cheat. How about instead of blaming me for saying it on the radio, how about you blame yourself for being a cheater? Alrighty, 42547-7. So, Rome, I have a motorcycle that's nicknamed Side Chick. So what I heard is my wife has to let me work on it or go for a ride on Friday, and she can't complain as long as I take her out on Saturday. Thank you, Romeo. I appreciate it. and I will tell her you said that's how it works. Okay. I'm good with that. It's Romeo outside 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo R8425477. This lady texted a little bit ago, and she said that her boyfriend had changed their Valentine's Day to Friday. He said it was less expensive and less crowded. So either he doesn't love you or care about you enough, and or you're the side chick. I mean, there's the only two reasons why any man says, I can't take you out on Valentine's Day because I can't take you out on the 14th. I got to take you out the day before, either because he doesn't love you enough or you're just a side chick. So I'm going to go with either one of those. And you got to decide, which one it is. It's probably you're a side chick, to be honest with you. RD4254777. Hey, Romeo, I have never heard that before, that the day before Valentine's Day is for the side piece. I'm going to make damn sure that my husband takes me out Friday and Saturday, the 13th and the 14th. There's no way he's taking his side chick out. Oh. Well, does he have a side chick? And here would be my question to you. If you go out, if the day before Valentine's Day is side chick day, and you're going to have your husband take you out, does that mean you got to act like a side chick that day as opposed to his wife? And then on Saturday, you act like his wife because that's actually Valentine's Day? I mean, how does that work? Friday, you have sex with him. Saturday, you don't? I mean, how does that go down? Friday, you go to the taco truck. Saturday, you go out to a nice dinner. I mean, that's, how does that work? It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD4254777. Yo, Rome, if you're going to talk about the side chick and going out with the side chick the day before Valentine's Day, you don't take the side chick out. You just go to her house and she makes you dinner. Okay. Well, if that's what you're going to do, I mean, seriously, man, you can't even splurge for your side chick a little bit, take her out to a dinner. I mean, I understand, you just go straight to the house, but it's Valentine's Day. It's her Valentine's Day. The 13th, you can't take the side chick out for something? All right. RD4254777. Yo, Rome. Oh, check out this dude's bike. This guy said that he's got a bike, a motorcycle called Side Chick. So Saturday, he's going to go out for a ride and tell his wife that I said it was okay to celebrate Side Chick Day. So he sent me a picture of his bike. Man, that's a badass motorcycle, bro. What is that? Just a street bike that you race? Is that a drag bike? It doesn't look like something you're going to take out, through the valley. I mean, yeah, but it's a pretty badass bike. Yeah, bro, take your bike out on Friday. Take the side chick out on Friday. Take the wife out on Saturday. You'd be good to go. Alrighty, 4254777. It's Romeo outside 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD4254777. Hey, Rome, I have a question for you about Valentine's Day. My wife, she came home yesterday and said we got invited to a Valentine's Day party that her coworker is throwing. I asked her what that is. My wife said she doesn't really know. She thinks it's just a bunch of couples getting together to celebrate Valentine's Day. Okay. Rome, have you ever heard of that? People getting together for a Valentine's Day party? Yeah, when you're like 8? No. I have never heard of that before. I don't know what, is she a swinger? Or are you sure that this is not a Valentine's Day swingers party? And your coworkers, your wife's coworker is trying to get you into the club? I never heard of a Valentine's Day party for adults. I have, no. Valentine's Day was always it's for you to spend time with your loved ones, whoever that is, right? I mean, are they all singles? Is she, that's maybe is the coworker a single person? And that the Valentine's Day party is actually for singles and couples? I never heard of that before. But if I was going to guess, I would say it's either a coworker who is a swinger, her and her her and her man are swingers, or it's or it's I don't know, maybe a bunch of people who don't have a Valentine, but yet you and your wife do. So why would you guys get invited? I mean, it's either a singles party or a swinger party is all I could guess. But since they invited you and your wife, I'm gonna say swinger. I don't know. RD42547. Yeah. I don't know. It's Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Rhythm of the Valley, it's Romeo, RD42547. So a guy texted me and said that his wife came home yesterday and said that one of the coworkers invited her and her husband, him and her, to a Valentine's Day party. And he's never heard of that. Valentine's Day party for adults. I mean, I've heard of kids, like families getting together for Valentine's Day so the kids can, have time to hang out. But I've never heard of an adult Valentine's Day party. RD42547. Hey, Romeo, they are definitely swingers. He got invited to a swingers party. Me and my wife, we are swingers. And we have Valentine's Day parties every year with a group of other couples. And it's all for us to hang out and have a good time together. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've heard of single people getting together for Valentine's Day to hang out because they don't have anybody. I've heard of that, but I doubt your wife's coworker friend is single if she's inviting her and the husband. I mean, you and your wife. I mean, that sounds like a couple's party, right? So maybe it is kind of a swingers thing. I don't know. That's you might want to ask though. You might want to have your wife ask her friend what kind of what's going on. All right, 842-547-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. So a guy was telling me he's a little concerned about what's going on with his wife came home and said that they were invited to a Valentine's Day party. I guess one of the coworkers of the wife invited him to a Valentine's Day. He's heard about that. He doesn't know what to think about it. So he's asking me about it, and I don't know. Maybe it's just a bunch of couples trying to have a good time. I mean, I really don't know. To me, I always thought Valentine's Day was kind of one of those things that was a little more personal to you and your significant other, right? That's who you hung out with, or maybe if you got kids, you hang out with them as a family. Somebody did tell me yesterday, though, about Valentine's Day that it's really for whoever you want to hang out with, for anyone that you love. It doesn't have to always be a romantic thing, which I kind of agree with if you have people that you like. So that makes a lot of sense, right? But I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm going to guess that it's probably, in the cynical world we live in today, I'd have to say it was a swingers thing. RD42547-7. Hey, Rome, the guy that just texted you about his wife and the Valentine's Day party, that's definitely a swingers thing. Adults usually spend Valentine's Day with their significant other, not with a group of people. Well, okay. And I guess if it's I don't know, maybe it's just a bunch of people getting together to have a good time. I mean, friends hang out all the time. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But if it is a swingers thing, you should be excited, bro. You got invited into the club. They don't just let anybody in. It's not like it's not like they just let everybody they meet come into their club. And then, I'd be excited. You and your wife must have something that the swinger community likes. RD42547-7. Hey, Romeo, I got invited to a party like that with my wife. We were there long enough to see people show up in lingerie. We dipped out. It's definitely a swinger party. Well, okay. Yeah, okay. But I'm just saying, and the upside is you should be excited that they invited you into their club. How great is that? Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. The Valley's Romeo, a guy texted me and he said that his wife came home from work the other day and said that they got invited to a Valentine's Day party. He doesn't know what that is. I don't know what that is either. I'm going to get it's either a bunch of singles or a bunch of swingers is what I would guess. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Whoa, Romeo. Now, that's definitely a swinger party.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
But he said he should be happy, but they didn't invite him. Somebody has it out for his wife. And she thought it was okay to bring her husband, but they're going to get there, and it's going to be baby oil and upside-down pineapples, and it's going to be a freak night.
Yeah, but swingers don't act like that. You obviously don't know a lot about the swinger community. I'm
a retired swinger. Well, Raider Dave was a swinger at one time.
Then why would you say something stupid like that? Because swingers are very considerate and respectful of each other and their partners when they have parties.
Okay, we'll see. I want to hear afterwards how it turned out.
I don't know. You weren't part of a swingers club. You were part of a cheating club. So you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I was the Lower East Side Swinger Club, not the Higher Rosedale Club.
I
guess there's a difference.
Yeah, you guys were just a bunch of cheaters. All right, 42547-7. No, man, swingers. Maybe, but swingers are very respectful, and they respect each other's space and whatever they're into. So maybe you're right. Maybe it is a swinger party. Maybe somebody does want his wife. But you got to take the husband too. 42547-7. Come on, Romeo. Nobody's excited to get invited to that. Not unless you're into that stuff. If they're not into that stuff, run, don't go. Well, no, it's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is not excited to go. What I'm saying is you never been. What I'm saying is they should be excited by the fact that they invited them in, that they got the invite. You never got an invite to something. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe I got invited to that. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say they need to be. They need to go. I'm not even saying they're into it. I don't even know if that's what it is. It could just be a bunch of people getting together to have a party on Valentine's Day. It is Saturday night. It could have nothing to do with swingers. I have no idea. But I'm just laying out the possibilities, you know? All right, 42547-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. I got a text message from a guy who says his wife came home from work. I guess one of her coworkers, she invited her and him to a Valentine's Day party, which I've never heard of that before. I don't know what that could be other than, well, I shouldn't say that. I've heard of kids having Valentine's Day parties with each other when they're young. But for adults, it's either a singles party. I mean, the only thing I think the only time I've ever heard of people getting together for Valentine's Day are single couples or swingers. So I don't know. I've never heard just single couples, hanging out together on Valentine's Day, because usually they just want to spend time with their significant other. It's a time for them to show their significant other, right? Already 42547-7. Hey, Romeo, first off, where does she work? It can be a company decision to have a party. Maybe. Well, maybe. Yeah, I mean, that's always, I'd never heard of that before. Then that would be, look, when you break down Valentine's Day, it really is for loved ones. It's not really a party situation, right? I mean, it's one of those days that you don't really have a party for. I mean, you have a birthday party, you have an anniversary party, you have a, Super Bowl party, you have there's 100 different ways, times to have a party or reasons to have a party. It's a Saturday night. But the thing is that Valentine's Day is usually for you and the person you love. I mean, whether it be your wife, your husband, your partner, your kids, maybe. Yeah, so I don't really know. I've never heard of just a group of couples getting together for Valentine's Day to have a party. Already 42547-7. Hey, Rome, why do you sound like a group leader for the swingers? Because I know more about swinging couples than I do. I know swingers. I've been to swinger parties. I'm not a swinger, nor have I ever participated because, nobody wants that. But, I know a lot about a lot of stuff. I'm interested. I have friends that are swingers. They tell me what happens. I've done this show. People have called me and told me about swingers and what the different things mean in the different parties, I ask questions. I like to know. Already 42547-7. So maybe it is a swingers party. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, already 42547 Hey, Rome. Tell these people they got to slow down in that fog, man. It's dangerous out here. Is it foggy again? Hold on, let me check outside. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. I was, I see all the schools got fog delays again. It looks like every school. Looks like just about every school in, it looks like they all have fog delays. So your school probably has a fog delay. If it doesn't, just say you thought you'd had one, okay? I'm just so used to driving in the fog, it doesn't even occur to me that it's foggy anymore, actually. But I used to have to drive in the fog before I moved to Bakersfield, too, so it doesn't really concern me. But, yeah, you guys be careful. The fog can be a little dangerous. Stop. You guys got to stop with the flashers, by the way. I don't know who told you that the flashers, you were supposed to put on your flashers in the fog. But you're not. You're actually not being safer. You're causing more problems. So turn your damn flashers off and use a blinker. My God. Although I will say this. I mean, you guys suck at driving when it's 85 and sunny out, so I can only imagine what's going on in the fog right now. But be careful. The schools are on fog delays. Looks like almost all of them, so you don't yeah. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. All right, it is Thursday at 7:15, and Michael Bean is here from the Marriage and Family Center. It's Marriage of Family Center at 661-327-5100. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Oh, there you are. How's everything going, Michael? You good? We're going to save the world right now. We're going to save the world. What's that?
We'll go work at that. I'll get right back to you on that.
All right, Valentine's Day is coming up, and this is just something that recently somebody texted me yesterday, and we were talking about Valentine's Day and how just do what your partner wants. I mean, it's really, everybody has this idea of, why should we have one day to show how much we love each other? Why we should do it forever, every day? And okay, so that has nothing to do with just going out one more day and doing it, actively protesting it, right?
Yeah. And we should remind your audience that when you and I first started talking, you were like, it's a fake holiday. Card companies made it up. Why should I have to buy flowers or whatever? And we talked about it for a while. It was kind of, we realized, well, wait a minute. If it's an excuse to do something nice for somebody you care about, so what?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you brought me around, Michael. I mean, it's just, but one of the things that was said was these people actively try to protest it like they're doing some greater good for their relationship. Because, oh my God, it costs a little more, or oh my God, there's so many people, or oh my God, it's a made up holiday, or whatever the case may be, when the reality is that's actively trying to discourage a part of your relationship that it's in a negative way. And I don't understand that idea. So somebody had said, well, just use that day to go over the top. However, if I show you I love you every day, then on this one day, I'll just show you more, or go, take it a step further, whatever that consists of. And so somebody told me, Michael, that her husband decided he doesn't want to celebrate Valentine's Day. He don't want to do nothing. So where does that leave her? To just accept that, or to go, well, wait a second, then I'm going to go do something. Why do I have to? Because you don't want to do something. You see what I'm saying? And it's on a Saturday, so people want to hang out. I mean, when we get into these situations where one person in the relationship decides, what does that mean, Michael? I mean, can't be good, right?
Exactly. And you know what? I just now texted you the entire list of holidays that weren't made up. So go ahead and check your text there. Okay, that's the whole list.
That is a very short list, Michael.
How many items are on that list? I texted
Zero.
All of the holidays were made up. So to say that a holiday was made up is kind of I don't know. What do you call that? You're just like saying nothing to say that.
People are stupid. I mean, Yeah, well, I mean, one person even told me, Michael, well, we'll go out on Friday, the day before Valentine's Day. Well, so you're not going to celebrate Valentine's Day then? You're just going out on Friday night. Okay. And you're calling it Valentine's Day? I mean...
Well, that's fine. You can make it special. You can do it in the name of the holiday and then beat all the crowds. I'm fine with that.
Well,
I'm fine with celebrations, birthdays. You know what? Celebrate your birthday on the weekend because you can get out of town or something. That's fine. Do that. But don't just blow it off and say some card company came up with it, so I'm not going to do it.
Let me ask you this then, Michael. And this is where I'm going to tell you, this is where I'm going to disagree with you on that. What if I'm going out on Friday because I'm cheap? So all of a sudden my wife's not worth a Valentine's Day price. She's only worth a Friday the 13th price. That's where I go with that.
Listen, get me a cheap dinner, get me cheap flowers, but get me dinner and flowers. If you're cheap, I know you're cheap already. That's my secret.
Oh, I totally disagree with you, Michael. Oh my God. I think that showing somebody you and tell me if I'm right or wrong about this. When you show somebody how much you care about them and or love them, sometimes you have to do things that you don't necessarily want to do. Okay, I gotta go sit there and hold her purse while she tries on a dress. It may not be something you want to do.
Yeah.
So when you look at this day that is completely made up, for those of you that want to argue that point, so you're just going to go out and do something you may or may not want to do to show the other person that you really love them.
Okay, but let me ask you this. What if neither one of you will enjoy being at a crowded restaurant in one of the most crowded days of the year?
What if you enjoy it and I don't?
Well, what if neither one of you would enjoy it?
Well,
Is it okay then?
But that's different.
Go the day before.
Well, that's different. But that's different. Oh. That's two people figuring out a way. I'm telling you that these people are conflicted. These people are saying, my husband doesn't want to do this. My wife doesn't want to do that. I'm not talking about you and I going, you know what, let's go out on Friday because we can get half-price appetizers at 4:30 and we'll be good to go. Call it Valentine's Day. We'll hand each other cards and call it a day. I'm talking about people that are adamantly not wanting to do it for a very specific reason, even though their partner does.
This is a really big swing because remember, again, when we first started talking, you were just like, why should I have to? And now you're like, don't fluff. You guys are slacking off on your holiday.
If you don't care enough about your partner to do something that you might not enjoy, but you can't, it's not like she's asking you to go dig a ditch. She's asking you to go out and have some dinner and drinks.
Uh-huh.
That's all she's asking. And you can't do it because what? It's too crowded, it's too expensive, it's too whatever. Get over yourself.
All right. We'll call or text in your legitimate reasons for not doing what your partner wants on Valentine's Day.
I don't tell these people to call or text. I don't want to talk to these idiots. They know I'm right. There is no justification, not one justification to prove that I'm wrong. I won the argument. There's absolutely no reason to not do whatever it is on Valentine's Day that makes I got another one for you. I got another one for you. Hold on, Michael. All right, 842-05. Oh, no. 661-327-5100, the Marriage Family Center. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. All right, it's 7:30 right now. Michael Bean is here from the Marriage and Family Center, 661-327-5100. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Okay, Michael, so I want to tell you this scenario or this story someone told me. And I want to talk about doing stuff for your partner, even if it's something that you may not care for, but it makes them happy. Okay. And so this woman was saying how she will, on Valentine's Day, her husband works hard. So she'll go and she'll decorate his truck for him at work. You know, she'll put flowers and balloons and candies. And a lot of guys were, hating on this guy. Oh, he's kind of a punk. He's kind of soft. I would never let my wife come to my work and decorate my truck like that on Valentine's Day. And I'm like,
whatever.
Exactly. What if she enjoys it? What if that makes her happy? And you just said it, Michael, right now before we went on back on the air is it's such a little price to pay for your wife to be happy about something. I mean, what is wrong with people?
Well, I don't know, and I don't know why he doesn't like that.
Well, the guy, we don't know.
being,
We don't know if the husband likes it or not. We have no idea.
Oh,
This is just, she just says she does this for him. Obviously, he must not mind it because she still does it for him.
good.
But,
good.
all these other guys, I'd never let my wife do that. Oh, man, I'm so manly. I can't, blah, blah,
That's what they say. I think they're just saying that because they're jealous. That's where I think it's going.
There are things that, and there's compromise, and then there's things that you do. I think these are two different things, Michael, and I'll let you explain if I'm right or wrong about that, okay? There's one thing for me to compromise what I want for you. But isn't there another thing to allow your partner to do something that they enjoy for you, and it's just not that big of a deal? They're happy doing it. So just keep your mouth shut and enjoy it. It's not affecting you in any way except you're making your partner happy in the fact that they want to do that. They're not asking.
I think most of the time we do that. Yeah, I think unless we think it's for some ulterior motive. That's kind of where I was going. It's like, what if she's doing that because she's just really possessive, and that's one way for her to sort of claim him in public? And so that just kind of like reminds him of her jealousy or possessiveness that really is a problem. Okay, so I could kind of stretch it into something if it were a reflection of a bigger issue in the relationship or something like that. But I think otherwise, enjoy it. Just figure out how to appreciate it.
Well, but we don't. Why don't we do that? Why do we get so? Why does it bother us so much? Why does it bother other people so much? I mean, are people really that miserable or jealous that they don't get that, and that it in whatever capacity they have to make sure it's known that, oh no, it's your fault that I got a problem?
Well, and I think some of us were taught as kids, when you get the sweater that's the wrong color, you say, thank you, I love it.
Yeah.
And some of us weren't taught that.
And then you take it back the next day and get the color
Yeah,
you
that's
want.
right. You don't ever have to wear it, but when you receive it, be gracious.
But why one of the, and I told you this a few minutes ago while commercials were on, is why do we do that? We will do things for our friends, and we will do things for our kids that we don't want to do. But for some reason, why do we draw the line with our partners? Why is that we can't, and why can't you recognize that?
Yeah, we do. We kind of expect them to just roll with us so much. We do. We kind of take it for granted. It's like, well, you're supposed to just put up with me kind of thing. And it's kind of sad, that part of human nature that thinks that our partner should just like roll with stuff. And often we do roll with things as a partner. Often our partner does kind of just roll with it and shrug it off. But I think it still hurts.
Well, let me ask you it in this way. Because we think we're doing it to each other equally, we accept it because we're back to keeping score?
I don't know that we even go that far. I really don't. I think it has something to do with just we're in a relationship, and so you're supposed to understand. You're supposed to just roll with it.
Break up. I'm sorry. The more and more we have these conversations about these dumbass people and they're not qualified to be in relationships, Michael. They're not qualified to be in relationships.
We should revoke their permit.
We should do something to them. All right. Michael B. is here from the Marriage and Family Center. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm in the Valley. It's Romeo. All right. Michael Bean is here from the Marriage and Family Center. 661-327-5100. Or you can check him out on Psychology Today. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Okay. So one of the other things I want to talk about when it comes to the relationships was this idea of equality. We got into this the other day. Everything's got to be 50-50. And I don't know if we've talked about this before, but the idea to me when I hear 50-50 is now we're keeping score. And somebody told me something very interesting when we were talking about this whole idea of 50-50, Michael, is your version and somebody else's version might be different. When you start to add a value to what you do versus a value to what your partner does, who determines those values are equal? You know, because everybody says, well, he goes to work. What's the value of him going to work every day? And what's the value of her staying at home and doing the housework? Is that 50-50 or is one valued more than the other? So when you start doing that, you have a real problem in your relationship.
Yeah.
You know? So how can a relationship, how can people live like that? How can people do that? And be happy?
Right. And then you have the society that's kind of coming up with its value, you know. 40 years ago, mom staying home was valued way more than it is now. Now that's just kind of like, no, she should be out working. But what do you mean? You know, so values change, and whose value? Okay, so I come up with the value of my working and your being at home, but that's me. Who am I? You know, that's just one person putting that. So you're right. Once you start doing that, you're kind of heading down a slippery slope.
So one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen is they talk about the stay-at-home moms and they add the monetary value of a driver, a cook, a maid, and they put all those values together and it comes up to some stupid $2 million or something a year is what a stay-at-home mom should be making. But that value's it's not that value, you know, and it's ridiculous to think that it is. But when you start competing with each other and you start going, well, how much am I worth taking care of the kids versus how much are you worth going to work every day? Or you guys are both sitting there and one person puts their shoes away and the other person, you know, vacuums the carpet. Are those equal? Because now we're keeping score. Are those valued the same as a chore in the house? And that can't be healthy, right?
Yep. It can't be. My father-in-law said something really, really wise one time about people helping when it came time to, you know, cleaning up after a family event or something. And he basically said, if everybody does more than their share, then nobody has to.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of logically incorrect to say that. But the truth is, if you have the attitude of, I'm just going to do this, I'm just going to keep doing this until it's done. I don't care who does more. You know, if your attitude is, I want to be a helpful person here in this, and that's all you really kind of care about, you're going to be a great partner. You just are. But if you're worried about who's doing more of what, then that's when there's going to be problems. Unless you're in a relationship with somebody who doesn't have any kind of an attitude that they should participate or be a partner or help out in any way. And if they are, man, I don't know. That's another problem.
I think they call those teenagers, Michael, in every household. But how do we get there? Why do we go? Well, hold on, Michael. We'll talk to that. We'll talk about that in just a second. All right, Michael Bean is here from the Marriage and Family Center. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. All right, it's 7:48 right now. We got to get Michael out of here. But good morning, Michael. Michael Bean, Marriage and Family Center, 661-327-5100. Michael, before you get out of here, I want to ask you real quick, how do we get to that place of competing? It seems like in relationships, all the relationships, we're not competing with our kids. We're not competing with our friends. Yeah. We're not competing with our family. But for some reason, we get to a point where we're competing with our partners. How is it that we get to that point when they're supposed to be the ones that have our back, we have their back, we're supposed to be through this together, but yet we turn it into some kind of silly competition?
Well, like you and I have talked about, we usually don't get there if all our other needs are being met. If we feel loved and respected in a relationship, then we tend to not do scorekeeping. But kind of the minute we feel a lack of connection, or maybe that person just isn't into me so much, and we start kind of doubting that, then all these little things, like, you know, well, wait a minute, how come I always have to go pick up the mail? You know, that little thing all of a sudden is just like, oh, that's a sign that they don't care.
Okay.
And so our minds start picking up on those disparities. But we don't look at that. Think about the honeymoon phase of a relationship. Nobody's keeping score. Everybody's just kind of like doing their part and hanging out and being together. And we'll vacuum this carpet. I don't care who does. And then we get up and do it. Nobody cares.
Mm-hmm. It seems so simple though, Michael. It seems like a simple fix. And I know it's not, but when we talk about these things, it just seems like, hey, if you want something done, then do it. Why are you over here waiting for somebody else to do it when it's something that you can do? It's just like we talk about the other day, cooking dinner, right? Most people have to go to work. Most partners have to go to work in the family. So who cooks dinner? Well, she's got to come home and cook dinner. Why? Well, because I work harder than her. Do you? I mean, who's to say? And it's insanity, Michael. It's just so ridiculous that people haven't figured this out.
Well, humans are complicated. You call them stupid.
Yeah, because
I think sometimes we think that when something seems like it should be so simple, right?
Yeah.
But to us, it is. To us, it just, hey, this makes sense. I can put it in words and say it out loud, and it makes sense. And so if something goes kind of beyond that, we just look at that and shake our heads and go, that's stupid. But just understand that people are complicated. They really are. These human urges that get us going different directions at once. We can like and hate a thing at the same time. We can feel completely dependent on a thing and resent it. And so we're just things aren't simple. They're just not.
Well, or I'm just smarter than all of them. Michael Bean, the Marriage and Family Center.
It could be that.
661-327-5100. Or you could go to Psychology Today. Michael, we'll talk to you next week. Okay.
I look forward to it.
It's 94.1. 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valleys. Romeo, RD4254, 7 to 7. What'd you send me here? Hey, Rome. Hey, when my wife and I go out to dinner on Saturday evening for Valentine's Day, whole restaurant is going to know what we're celebrating that night. Same with social media. Every post on Valentine's Day should be related to Valentine's Day. It's a tradition that has been followed for years, and nobody should take the excitement from that day from a woman out of cheapness. 100%. Hashtag punk ass husbands. Yeah, that is one of the dumbest reasons, by the way, to not celebrate Valentine's Day is because, that steak is more expensive on Valentine's Day than it is on the Friday before or the Sunday after. So we're not going to go. Okay, that's just stupid. RD4254, 7 to 7. But then again, maybe I am smarter than everybody. It's on 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, RD4254, 7 to 7. Hey, good morning, Romeo. I just found out the other day that my husband has been talking to his ex from high school. Apparently, they met up on social media, and they've been talking to each other through social media. He didn't tell me about it, and I thought it was kind of messed up when I found out. I'm not really sure what's going on here, Rome. What do you think's happening? That's a great question. Is the ex married like your husband Well, I'm going to tell you this. I learned this from a woman a long time ago. She told me that exes, from the female standpoint, when it comes to an ex, that women don't consider that cheating. Women don't consider sleeping with their ex as cheating, okay? Since they've already been there and done that. Now that's what she told me. Now but based on female logic, I agree with her. I'm sure a lot of you women feel that way. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to say probably nothing. If she's a single woman, I would say I'd be a little bit concerned. If she's a married woman, I would still be a little bit concerned because you just never know. I mean, I'm not a big believer that exes can be friends without having sex. I think 9 times out of 10, exes will if they're still friendly with each other, they're still having sex with each other. And that's based on this logic that this woman told me a while back about how women don't consider sleeping with an ex as cheating. Okay? So that's about what I got for you. Already 4254777. I mean, I guess you could say that couples that have children together that are exes can probably, I don't even know that they can be friends. They probably could end up sleeping together again as well and not feeling like they were doing anything wrong. So, especially even if they're both in relationships with other people. I just don't think people who slept together think, I believe what the woman told me. I do think that women think sleeping with an ex is not cheating. If they're in a relationship or if he's in a relationship, I just don't think they believe it. So, I don't know what's going on. How long have they been talking? Is she single? Where does she live? She live in the same town, I'm guessing, or out of town? I mean, a lot of factors to play. All right, 842-547-7. Can you be friends with your ex without sleeping together? I don't know. I don't know. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley is Romeo. All right, so a lady sent me a text message, and she said that she found out that her husband was talking to his ex-girlfriend from high school through social media. She was just asking me what I thought about it. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Is she single? Is she in a relationship? Why are they texting again? Or why are they communicating again? There's no reason to communicate with your ex. They're an ex for a reason. And why would you even want to? If you have kids together, I understand you have to talk to your ex if you have a child with them. But still, I think, man, I don't know. I don't know. Already 4254777. Yeah. Good morning. Why would you want to be friends with an ex? The only reason to be friends with an ex is so you can sleep with them again. What are they bringing to the table that you want to keep in your life if you had to break up with them? Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Rome?
Hey, Ruben. What up, man?
Hey, Rome, like you always say, if they don't know about it, it's cheating.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially with, one thing is like when you say they talk to their employees about personal stuff and this and that, this is an ex. You know what I mean? They've already hooked up. They already know how far they could go with each other. You know what I mean? And especially if he's not even telling her, so something's up if he's not even, she had to find out on her own.
Yeah, don't disagree with that. You might be right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not cool. You know what I mean? X is an X for a reason. And, you know what I mean? But that's crazy what you were saying about the woman being Rome, that they're okay with it if as long as you're ex-woman. Like, that's crazy.
women don't consider sleeping with an ex either a new partner and or a cheating. That's what she told me.
That's crazy.
All right, Rome.
Rome. Late.
4254777, Rome. There's no reason to have several conversations with your ex from high school unless one of them is trying to hook up with each other. I mean, I don't think there's any reason to have a conversation with your ex at all. I mean, unless you have kids together, that's the reason to have a conversation. But I think more parents, I'll make this statement right now. I would bet that more exes that have kids together have slept with each other after they've broken up than any other group of exes on the planet. Because you just don't, you justify things in this, and I believe what the woman said. You justify it in a way that I've already been there and done that, so it's not new and it's not cheating. The woman who told me that, I think, it has a very valid point. I can't remember who it was and when it happened, but I never forgot she told me that. RD4254777. I think a lot of you guys sleep with your exes, even though you're in new relationships or even though you're married. I think you just don't consider it cheating. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. I guess a woman found out that her husband had been talking to an ex-girlfriend from high school through social media. She was asking me about it. Now, I don't know why exes, I don't know why exes have to talk to each other than if they have kids together. But even then, I think that could be a dicey situation when it comes to exes. What Big Boy said, oh, Ruben, Mr. Sensitivity checking in. Yeah, Ruben had to throw his 2 cents in. But the thing about exes is this, and you don't need to talk to an ex, ever. There's if you don't have kids with them, you never need to talk to an ex. I mean, if they were so great to talk to and you want to be friends with them, then why didn't you stay together with them? The stupidest thing is, who is it said, what's that saying? Oh, if we have sex will ruin the friendship. Okay, sex, if it ruins the friendship, then you're not friends anymore. How does staying friends with an ex, how can you actually sit there and go, well, we were in a great relationship, or we were in a bad relationship, but now we're friends, so everything's great. Yeah, that just means you're still having sex. Okay? All right, 842-547-7, because you would have never become an ex if you had a good relationship. If everything else was good in the relationship, the communication, the respect, the love, you would still be together. The only reason they're an ex is because everything was bad in the relationship. The love, the communication, the respect, that was not good. That's why they're an ex, okay? And the only reason you stay friends is because the sex was still good, okay? Hey, Rome, that high school sweetheart is his rebound when him and his wife aren't doing well. It's like finding money when you're broke on the floor. Oh, it's like finding money on the floor when you're broke. Okay. I mean, exes have some weird, sentimental something about sex for some reason. But all right. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, 842-547-7. A lady just texted me and she was talking about her husband. I guess she found out her husband was talking, through social media, DMs or whatever, about to an ex-girlfriend from high school, and she didn't really understand it. So she was asking me about it. And I think it's all pretty obvious, right? I mean, there's some things that are black and white. All right, exes being friends, I think it's pretty simple. They still want to have sex with each other, or they still want to have the option to have sex with each other when they stay friendly. Because if they were that good, if you look at 2 parts of the relationship, right? You look at the sexual side and you look at everything else. If everything else in the relationship was that good outside, other than the sexual side, then you would still be together. The reason you're an ex is because everything else was bad. Everything was, you weren't compatible, So why would you stay friends? All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Romeo, I just want to say I think you're completely wrong. My ex-husband and I, we are very good friends at this point. Now, we stay together. We do have 2 children together, so obviously we have to communicate with each other for the kids. And we get along great right now. So I think you're 100% wrong. I do not want to have sex with my ex-husband, nor does he want to have sex with me. First of all, how do you know that? Okay? Second of all, I'm going to tell you why you believe that. Here's why you believe that you and this probably goes for every single couple out there that has kids together and believes that they're better friends now than they were when they're together. And I'll tell you why. Because you don't have to talk about anything other than your kids. Okay? That's why you think everything's so great. If you were actually having real conversations about your feelings and respect and love and all the things that drove you apart, if you had to actually deal with those subjects, you'd still hate each other. Okay? The only reason you're trying to make yourself feel better about yourself and about your ex is you want everybody to believe that things are so great for you two, and look how we've overcome and how we can co-parent and be these great friends and see how we're better than you. No, you're not. The only reason you believe that is because the only subject matters you deal with are your children. You don't have to deal with all of the other stuff that comes along with being in a relationship. And I still think you guys will have sex together if it comes up. If the opportunity arises, you'll have sex with him. You guys are just lying to yourselves, okay? All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, 842-547-7. A lady texted me and said she found out her husband was talking to an ex from high school, which, I mean, I don't know how long ago high school was. I don't know if the ex is married or not. I don't have any of that information. So she was just asking me what I thought about it. Well, I tell you this theory this woman told me, that women do not feel having sex with an ex is cheating. So, or that it's new. So take it for that. I don't know why exes have any reason to communicate with each other. That's what I don't understand. They are an ex for a reason. There is a reason you're not together anymore. So what is the reason that you have to be friends? Or what is the reason you justify a friendship? All right, 842-547-7. Rome, this is my theory. If you're not doing your job at home, that's the reason they're talking to their exes on social media. You're not giving them, you're not giving them the attention somebody else will. That's a fair argument. I mean, it's a fair argument. You're absolutely, you might be right about that. So, what do you do? I mean, this idea, though, that all of a sudden we are going, why? Well, why do you need to be friends, first of all? If you go through a relationship with somebody that ends up ending, usually it ends because of negative things. Usually it ends because of you don't get along. But then all of a sudden you want to be friends with that person. The only reason to be friends with an ex is to have sex with them. And, you don't feel guilty about it. Or you don't feel any kind of way about it because you've already done it. So it makes no sense. There's no logical reason for it. All right, 842-547-7. Yo, Rome, you were just talking about the exes co-parenting and getting along great. I have a sister. Her and her husband are always talking about how great they get along now that they're split up. And the reason they still talk to each other is because of their kid. Well, yeah, because they like to make you feel, everybody wants to tell you how great they are. Everybody wants to talk about, we're so amazing. Look how adult and responsible we are. We're co-parenting. We couldn't get along in a relationship with each other, but look how great we get along taking care of this kid. Well, of course you do, because you don't have to deal with relationship problems with each other. All you got to deal with is the kid. You don't have to deal with the emotions. You don't have to deal with the lack of respect or the lack of love or the lack of concern for what each other wants from an emotional standpoint. You're not better than anybody else. You've just taken out all of the negative aspects of your relationship, and now you get along. It's not that complicated. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Hey, this is Dr. Arthur Gray III. I'm calling, listening to your broadcast right now on relationships.
Okay.
And as a doctor myself and United States chaplain, I'm on hospice, and my girlfriend from more than 2.5 decades ago, comes and still takes care of me, looks after me. She has a husband, children now. She looks after my mother, still calls my mother mom. We have no type of sexual relationship, anything. We're best friends.
Why? How is that possible that the relationship was, explain why that's possible.
Well, based on the fact that we were friends before we entered a relationship. And as we entered the relationship, we found that we were better friends than we were cohabitants or even in a relationship. We're better at friendship.
Yeah, I don't see it. That's why I don't understand how because you don't have, I don't get it. I guess I don't get it.
We're both involved in community events. We both work with at-risk youth and stuff. So a lot of our life missions are the same. So we're compatible in a social situation, but in a relationship-wise, we're both too busy to focus on each other.
So that's what my next question was going to be. Why didn't the relationship part of it work out? Because you were too busy to focus on each other.
Dedication to the community. We're both community activists.
Okay.
So our dedication took over.
Are you in a so she's in a relationship now?
No, we're not in a relationship.
No. She is in a relationship. Are you in a relationship?
Yeah, she's married, and her husband allows her to come sometimes because I'm sick. She'll come 11, 12 o'clock at night. If my mother's in the hospital, she goes to the hospital with my mother and everything. We're close friends.
Okay. All right. I mean, there's an exception to every rule, but how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 56 and she's 42.
Well, you proved me wrong then. Okay. I don't think that's the case for 99% of the people.
Yes, I understand that. That's why I called to give that 1% to the people. To let them know, hey, there is some people out there that do manage these types of situations, and they just happen to be local. United States Chaplain, Dr. Arthur Gray. I don't mind you telling who I am. I don't care.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate the phone call. Thanks for listening.
Yes, sir. God bless.
All right, brother. All right. Well, there you go. I mean, I guess there are exceptions to the rules, right? It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. The Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, R8425477. Hey, Rome, I heard you talking about co-parenting, and I wanted to tell you my story. So me and my ex-husband, we just can't get along. He cheated on me most of our marriage, and I'm still bitter and pissed about it, but we have 2 kids together that we have to try and co-parent. Now, he doesn't care about me. I don't care about him. And it comes through every time we have to have a conversation. We don't even talk on the phone anymore because it turns into an argument. So all we do is text about things with our kids. But I am so pissed I can't get over it. I have this coworker who I kind of vent to about this stuff. And she's always trying to tell me how her and her ex get along great. They're such amazing friends. They have no problems now. They co-parent amazing, and is always trying to give me advice. But I don't know what to think, Romeo. I just can't. I just can't do it. Well, I mean, there's always one-uppers out there. You know, there's always people out there that try to one-up you. Usually a coworker. It's probably not going as well as she says it is to you. So don't feel bad about that. She's probably trying to make herself feel better off your misery. You're just, open and honestly and adult enough to admit what bothers you. And there's nothing wrong with that. You want to be pissed at somebody, be pissed at somebody for doing you dirty. There's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, your coworker's just trying to make herself feel better at your expense. Everybody has that. I mean, I'm going to guess probably I don't have that in my life at all. I have had that in my life. I don't have it anymore at all. But I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that have somebody out there who's always trying to make themselves feel better at your expense. Somebody probably, there's always couples out there. How many people have the perfect relationship, the perfect marriage? Nothing, they never have marital problems according to them, right? Until that one day when you find out they do. Some people are just a little more open with themselves. R8425477 or a little more honest, I should say. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, R8425477. Yo, Rome, I know you're not talking about this, but I'm hoping I can get your advice. One of my coworkers who's never really paid much interest in me, has started flirting with me recently the last couple of days, and I don't know what to think. I think maybe it's just because we're both single. We are two of the only single people at our jobs, and I think she just wants to hook up with me for Valentine's Day. I think she's trying to take advantage of me because Valentine's Day is coming up, and she's single and doesn't want to be alone. I don't know, Rome. What do you think? I think you could be absolutely right. But what's wrong with that? I mean, what's wrong with that? Yeah, you're overthinking it, bro. If she just doesn't want to be alone on Valentine's Day, and you're the guy, if you're attracted to her, if you have any attraction towards you, or if you don't want to be alone on Valentine's, I mean, what are your plans for Valentine's Day? If you're both single, what are your plans? So no, I don't know. Absolutely not. Just even if let's just play this out. Even if the reason she is flirting with you is because she doesn't want to be alone on Valentine's Day, how is that a bad thing? How is it bad? Tell me how it's bad, and I'll tell you you're wrong. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. R842-5477. Hey, Rome. The guy who just texted you about his coworker hitting on him, she's definitely doing it because Valentine's coming up and she don't got nobody to be with. She don't want to be alone. Okay. So what's wrong with that? A guy just texted and said him and his coworker, I guess, only single people at their jobs. She's been flirting with him the last few days, He thinks he's all scared. He thinks she's trying to take advantage of him for Valentine's Day, and because she don't want to be alone. Well, okay. So, and somebody just texted, well, what's wrong with that? I mean, seriously, it's not like she wants you to pay her mortgage, pay her rent. She's not looking to get a car payment out of you. I mean, she just wants to be with a guy on Valentine's Day, the day that you celebrate love. She wants to be with a guy. So what's going to happen? You go out to dinner. You have a few drinks. I mean, you go to the movies. I don't know. You hang out on Saturday and have a good time. Possibly get lucky later that night. I mean, I don't understand what the downside is. Oh my God, some girl wants to hang out with me on Valentine's Day to take advantage of you. Okay, how's she taking advantage? Unless you don't want to do anything. I mean, I guess I never thought it occurred to me if you don't want to do anything, but obviously you texted me about it, so obviously you're interested in something, But no, I mean, people don't want to be alone. People want company, especially on certain times of the year. So, yeah, I don't see what the downside is. I mean, go ask her out today. See what happens. Call me tomorrow. Let me know. It's Romeo outside 94.1. The rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. Now, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Rome?
Hey, Ruben. What up, man?
Hey, Rome. Same scenario, kind of. Over here at the job, I was chopping it up a couple of days ago. We were talking about like the Valentine stuff because we remember on the radio, and he was telling me, man, this girl. He goes like, we always talk. I took her out one time to lunch. He goes, but that was like a year ago, and now he goes like she's been like really like talking to me. She brought me lunch a couple of times, and he goes, I think it's because she wants me to do something for her for Valentine's. I go, well, why not, bro? I said, if you even said you like her, why would you? He's like, yeah, but imagine if she just wants me just for the Valentine's thing. I said, but what's the loss? You're gonna be with the girl on Valentine's Day. You're single, she's single. Like, what loss are you taking by taking her out to eat? And I said, you never know, bro. It might lead to a whole new thing. He's like, but I don't know if it's worth, spending the money on dinner and flowers. It's not worth you getting a chance, bro. Like, but I go, but Super Bowl weekend, you're talking about how you're going to have this big old barbecue and you're buying all this beer. I said, and everybody, and you had to invite the manager from your apartment because, you're going to have so many people over. Think about what you're spending on that, and you could spend it on a girl that might even stay the night with you. And he disagreed with me, Roman, and I'm like, dude, you're a sucker. If you can't take that chance, you know what I mean? And what I don't understand is how can they spend the money with their friends, but not on a girl on a date?
Well, if they don't have that type of money, you got to make decisions. But I'm sure if he's spending that much on one thing, he could spend a little bit on another. So, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that much. Well, what is it? A basic nice dinner and some flowers. You know what I mean? Some drinks, couple $100?
Probably $200, probably $250 would be
let's say
$250
on the safe side, and
yeah.
I mean, and then you might take the girl home with you. Like, come on, man. Yeah. I don't know, Rome. These fools be tripping.
All right, man. All right, Ruben.
Later, Rome.
I mean, he's not wrong. Ruben's not wrong today. I got this text message that says, Rome, the question is the woman gonna go to bed with him? Because if not, then it's a waste of time and money. That could be the stupidest thing of the day. That could be the stupidest thing I've heard today. is it's a waste of time and money if she doesn't sleep with you on Valentine's Day, or maybe it could be something that you never knew was going to happen. I mean, I don't know. It's embarrassing that you just said that, but it's just embarrassing that you just said that. Obviously, if this woman is hitting on this guy, flirting with him at work, she doesn't want to be alone. They're both single. She doesn't want to be alone for Valentine's Day. Okay. Now, if you, the guy who texted me, he was asking me if she was just trying to use him. Maybe, maybe she'll use you for dinner and a movie and sex, or maybe she just doesn't want to be alone. I don't know how he feels. Does he want to be alone? Obviously, it sounds like he doesn't want to be alone. So why not? You guys are looking at it. You guys are so stupid. That's why I can't. You guys are just so stupid when it comes to women. I mean, it's cost of doing business. Okay, if you want to in your life have a wife, you have to go out and date. Okay, dating costs money. All right, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. And you idiots wonder why you can't find somebody that wants to be with you, and then you blame women because they don't want to be with you, but it's not them, it's you. Who cares if she's trying to use you so she doesn't have to be alone on Valentine's Day? I didn't say nobody said you had to take her to, away for the weekend. It's just probably just dinner and some drinks, hang out. Watch a movie, whatever the case may be. Maybe you get some, maybe you don't. But I mean, to say it's a waste of time is stupid. And I know the guy that texted me first to start this did not say it was a waste of time. I'm just saying this idea. You guys are so damn dumb. And the more that we talk about Valentine's Day, and the more I sit and balance out what women are saying and what men are saying, I'm starting to realize more and more, plus the 25 years I've been dealing with you dummies, is that you men are the problem. You men are the problem. Romeo, it's 94.1. 94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. Hey, Rome, the guy might as well go to Union and get a girl for sure to go to bed with him and not waste any time and money, for sure. Yeah, that was one of the stupidest things I've ever heard anybody say. So what happened was some guy just texted me, probably some young kid, said his coworker's been hitting on him. She's, never showed any interest in him in the past, but all of a sudden, a couple of weeks before Valentine's Day, or what are we, 10 days away, 7 days away? I don't even know what the date is. Oh, we're 9 days away from Valentine's Day. And he asked me, do you think that this woman, his coworker, is just trying to use him for Valentine's Day? Probably. Probably. So why, but what's the problem with that? A couple of single people don't want to be alone. And now I don't know if he wants to be alone or not. She doesn't want to be alone on Valentine's Day. You guys are both single. You got some sort of, you know each other to some extent. So what's the problem? Go out, see what happens. How's that hurt? It's not like she's trying to use you to build a fence. She's trying to use you to take you out on a night. So she does to go out on a night. She doesn't want to be single. Then some idiot texts, well, if she's not going to give it up, don't waste the time and money. Well, okay, that's just stupid. That's just one of the dumbest things you could say. Hey, Rome, if she's not giving it up, we splitting the check. See, that's just, and you guys wonder why nobody wants you. All these guys want to sit there and go, well, how come that fat dude over there has got this hot woman and I'm over here by myself? Because the fat dude doesn't say stupid things like that. That's why. Okay? That's why the ugly dude has a chick and you don't. That's why you guys are just so stupid. I don't even know if you know you're stupid. I think you guys think you're being cool, but you sound like morons. It's Romeo. It's at 94.1. 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. What's going on?
Yes, that is so stupid. She's not trying to use him. She just don't want to be alone on Valentine's Day. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And then I heard what you say, some guy going to text you and talking about she ain't giving up. It ain't all about sex. She ain't got to give it out. She just don't want to be lonely on Valentine's. Okay, yes. And I see a lot of big dudes, how pretty girls, because let me tell you the reason why. And I'm a female. I'd rather be with a big dude than a skinny dude. Or I'd rather be with an ugly dude. I'm a pretty-ass female. Because the big dudes, I see them, they treat their ladies right. They open the door. They pay for the meal. They hold their hands. They so sweet. Then you have an ugly man with his girlfriend with an attitude, cussing her out, don't want to pay the bill. I witness all this when I be going out with my man. I mean, come on now. Be for real. She don't want to be lonely.
You're absolutely right. And what's wrong with that?
You know all the fat dudes do got the pretty girls, but there's a reason why, because they got the bomb attitude. You can cuddle with them at nighttime when it's cold and rainy, and they treat you right. Do your feet, your nails, love you, cook, and don't even cheat on you.
Yeah, there you go. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
She don't want to be alone. She don't want to be alone on Valentine's, and he should be glad that somebody even want to be with him on Valentine's. 9 out of 10, I bet you $30. It's a young guy. It's a young guy.
Well, he sounds. I bet he's a young guy too, and he sounds like he's still. It sounds like this is the first time he's ever really been approached, and he's kind of doesn't really know what to do or understand it. And I think he's just young and naive to the situation.
And wet behind the ears is still a virgin. And like I said, she's still a virgin. Yes. Yes.
All right,
I'll take you out for Valentine's anytime, baby daddy, though.
All right, thanks for calling.
All right, you're welcome.
Oh, I mean, she ain't lying. I mean, I'm sure he's just a young cat, and it's first time this girl's hitting on him, so he's over here being, overthinking everything. Oh, what's this girl want out of me? Nothing, bruh. She want to hang out with you on Valentine's Day, so she's not alone. Anything could happen. You might just go out, what's the worst that can happen? Obviously, if you guys work together, you have some rapport. You might just go out and have a great night. You might go out and get lucky. You might go out and just, not have to be alone on Valentine's Day. And that's probably what she wants, All right, 842-547-7. Yo, Rome. That guy who texted you doesn't need to go out with that coworker and spend any money. You know how many single moms and divorcees are going to be out running around on Valentine's Day? It's going to be like shooting fish in the barrel. That's where I'm going to be. And you're not going to have to spend any money that night? You're just going to walk into some restaurant or bar or wherever these fish hang out at, and you're just going to grab one and go home? Or how does that work exactly? I mean, it just is what it is. I don't know. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1.